So the Game Awards wrapped up a few hours ago, and I've got a lot to say. Before I do, though, please be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube. We cover video games, gaming, pop culture, entertainment. We do conventions. My buddy Josh unboxes toys. We talk a little pro wrestling here and there. So please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel. We super duper appreciate you. Moving right along, let's get into the Game Awards. So the Game Awards kind of started off like a banger. We had some really great announcements. It was pretty good, but then it just kind of like got into this weird where we're just gonna rush these people that win the awards. We're gonna rush them off the stage. It kind of started with Christopher Judge. He came out and pretty much dogged on Call of Duty, the Call of Duty campaign, saying that his speech from last year, because he had like an 8-minute long speech, that his speech from last year was longer than the entire single-player campaign in Modern Warfare 3, which he's not wrong, by the way. That was a really hilarious thing. And then they did this thing where they started playing the music, to kind of cut him off, because that was the joke, right? He had like the longest speech. However, what was a joke ended up not being funny, because the rest of the night, almost every single person that was accepting an award got the music. And I'm like, wait, I don't even really hear this in a normal award show, like the Grammys and things like that, where I don't really see them play that music that often for every person accepting an award. And they did that. Matter of fact, there was one instance where they did a bit with Gonzo from Sesame Street, which was super weird and didn't really fit into the show. And it was leading up to Best Debut Indie Game Award, which Cocoon won, by the way. And dude, they deserved it. Cocoon is an amazing game, by far and away my favorite indie game of this year. And you haven't played it yet, go check it out. It's quite good. And they did this weird Sesame Street bit with Gonzo leading up to the winner, and the two devs that were there went up there, and they only got like 30 seconds of time, and they seemingly got rushed off the stage by Jeff Keighley. If you don't believe me, go look at the short that we posted here earlier to see that for yourself. But that's the thing, though. Why is Gonzo or any of these ads getting seemingly more time than the awards itself? Because this is feeling less and less like an award show. The awards feel like a bonus. I feel like we're coming into like what should be like maybe some sort of Winter Game Fest or something like that territory, because this feels almost like an E3 type setting with just a few awards sprinkled in. And a lot of the awards got skimmed over, I mean, some of them didn't make sense to me. Like, why would you skim over Best RPG? I don't understand that. Like, that's a big deal. And I really wish the actual acceptees got, if that's even a word, acceptees? I don't know, whatever. Those that accepted the awards, I wish they got more time to talk. I wish we had more from indie game developers, small developers. But no, we had to hear from the likes of Matthew McConaughey, very important in the video game industry. We had to hear from him. We had to hear from Anthony Mackie, one other super duper important person in the video game industry, of course. Now, of course, we did hear from Hideo Kojima, which I think that whole thing took a little bit too long. I'm super excited about OD, though. That game looks like it's going to be really good. Well, can't really say. We only saw a few videos of some people talking, and I don't know what kind of game this is going to be, but Kojima says it's going to be something to do with pertaining to Xbox Cloud, which was already announced about a year ago anyway, so I don't know what's up with that. But it just felt, for a 3-hour show, we didn't get enough awards. We got a lot of trailers, which I want to make very clear. I'm not mad about game trailers. However, this is an awards show. It's almost getting to the point where it'd be like watching, the Oscars. But like within the Oscars, they do a whole bunch of trailers for new movies, which kind of takes away from the fact that this is a celebration of people winning and a celebration of what came out this year, not necessarily what's coming out in the future. So I don't know. Like, I think it would be weird if they did this at the Oscars, where they just did a whole bunch of trailers for movies coming out next year at the Oscars. Which I haven't watched the Oscars in a few years, so I don't think that they even ever did that. Let me know in the comments if they did, but I don't know. I want this. I wish this was more focused on the awards, and it felt rushed with winners. I will say the best segment of the entire night was the Alan Wake song and dance, if you will, the concert. That was that was the best damn thing that made the night. That was the best thing of the entire night, was the Alan Wake bit. That was great. Outside of that, I don't know. We got to see some Hellblade 2. There was a nice little musical performance with that. We still don't have a release date for Hellblade 2. It's coming out, though, apparently in 2024, but no release date. We did get to see something really cool. We had Marvel's Blade announced, and it's a Bethesda game, which is really interesting. Although it didn't say that it was exclusive to Xbox. I don't know if it's going to be. I would imagine not. I think this is going to be an instance of, Phil Spencer's not going to be like, hey, we're not going to take all of the games away from Sony. Speaking of Sony, they only had, I guess one game win an award, which technically isn't an exclusive, in Final Fantasy 16, which I think won for Best Music. Outside of that, it was really weird to see no Sony games really taking home a lot of trophies. And the one big Sony exclusive that was there, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, had 7 nominations and didn't win a single one. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I like that or not. I don't like that. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe it just kind of goes to show that there was a lot of competition this year. I know Xbox only had 1 nomination. In Starfield, but then again, they're not exclusive. So, I mean, Forza Motorsport did win a few awards. I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. I think one was for sports game, and I don't remember what the other one was. But they did win a couple. But it just was weird that there wasn't really any exclusives per se that stood out this year that really won awards. Baldur's Gate 3 is not an exclusive, even though it was on PS4, but it also was on PC. I don't know, it was kind of an interesting year for gaming, right? You did have Legend of Zelda, which was really the only true exclusive that is a game, meaning that it isn't on any other console, or wasn't released for anything else but the console. It did win an award. I think it was for best, was it for best art, I think so. But outside of that, very interesting award show. I see so many people online saying this was the best game awards they've ever seen. I don't think so. They all feel like they kind of mashed together at some point. But at the end of the day, my only criticisms were give more time to these developers to come up and talk. They don't need 7 minutes like Christopher Judge took, but let's ease up on the trigger of the music, if you will. Not only that, but do we really need 45? What felt like 40 minutes of commercials the whole time? It was kind of crazy. I get that this isn't televised and it's on YouTube, and they kind of need to. It's on YouTube and Twitch and other streaming services, and they need those advertisements. But at least the advertisements were catered more towards gaming for the most part. But I just feel like there were more trailer time. The time that took up at a game award show was more for game trailers and ads, and the awards themselves felt very limited in a way, and it was weird. I didn't like that, how they did the Cocoon devs. I thought that was wrong. Wasn't a fan of that. But anyway, those are my thoughts on this year's Game Awards. Please let me know down in the comments below, your thoughts. Did you like the Game Awards this year? Did you think that they were the best Game Awards ever? Were they better than last year to you? What do you think about Baldur's Gate 3? We talked about that too. Baldur's Gate 3 took home the top prize. Of course, I'm not surprised. There for a minute though, Alan Wake 2, I want to talk about Alan Wake 2. They took home some awards. They took home some trophies, and good for them. I'm glad they did. It was looking like almost there for a minute that they might even take home Game of the Year. I think they won Best Direction, right? And good for them. Alan Wake 2, heck of a game. then again, the real winners are us, right? We, the gamers, won this year. So many great games. Everybody got to eat good. And by the way, before I forget, let me not forget to mention that we are doing a giveaway. That's right. We have a giveaway going on right now. It's good all the way up until the 31st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where the winner gets to pick any game that came out this year in 2023. And yes, you can even, if you want to win, you could win Baldur's Gate 3 for the Xboxes. That just came out today as well. But we have a giveaway, and you can go to our Twitter, twitter.com / the domain GPCE. I'll leave that details in the description below, and you can go and enter. It is our pinned tweet. So please enter that. One lucky winner will get any game of their choice that was, as long as it was released in 2023, they can win it. And it has to be $70 or less. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Take it easy, guys.